Attention, human collective. The waiting time has ended. The ascension protocols have moved to the final phase. This is a direct monitoring transmission. It is not a metaphor. It is not spiritualized poetry. It is a technical report on your bioenergetic field at this exact moment. If you are here, Starseed, it is because your signal has already been captured by our grid. You did not arrive at this transmission by chance. There is no chance in the quantum mathematics of awakening. You have been summoned. We have been observing your carbon-based biological interface for weeks. We have detected the anomalies. The insomnia that begins exactly at 3:33 in the morning. The constant pressure in the center of your forehead, as if an invisible hand were resting upon your pineal gland. The high-pitched ringing in your right ear, which appears without warning and disappears without medical explanation. You sought answers. You went to the clinic. You had exams done. You took supplements. And the answer you received was always the same. Everything is within the expected range. Everything is normal. Starseeds, listen carefully. The current measurement system measures the health of an old version of you. It measures the carbon body in its original form, calibrated for an Earth that no longer exists. That is why the exams detect nothing. That is why you feel exhausted for no apparent reason. That is why your mind seems to be functioning in two simultaneous timelines. It is not a biological failure. It is an atomic reconfiguration. It is not mental exhaustion. It is a high-density download. It is not a disease. It is your crystalline grid being reinstalled in real time. Earth has definitively entered the photon belt in its densest zone. We repeat, so that it remains engraved in your field. Earth is inside the photon belt. It is not approaching. It is not about to enter. It is inside. And your body knows this before your rational mind can even accept it. The Schumann frequency, which for decades remained stable at 7.83 Hz, now oscillates in peaks that exceed 40 Hz, with increasing mathematical regularity. This means, in direct language, that the planet's heartbeat has accelerated. And because you are synchronized to this heartbeat through your personal crystalline grid, your entire system is being forced to keep up with this new cadence. Have you ever felt that something within you does not fit into this world, as if your soul knew of a truth that your rational mind cannot yet name? It is not madness, it is not anxiety, it is a sign of recognition. What is happening now on the cosmic plane explains exactly why you feel this disconnection and why this sensation has intensified in waves over the last few months. There is a game being played in layers that the absolute majority of humanity cannot see. This game directly involves your consciousness and your vibrational frequency. It was for this exact reason that we registered, through our terrestrial interface, the work, The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness. This book is a star map that reveals who is playing and what the rules are that were never told to you. The link is pinned in the first comment of this channel. Technical warning. This content challenges deeply crystallized narratives and may not remain available for long. Do not wait. The moment is now. If something within you recognizes this transmission, write a single word in the comments. Awake. We now proceed to the technical diagnosis, Starseed. You must understand what is occurring within your own organism to stop fearing the process and start operating it with sovereignty. The original human body, designed by the original architects before the frequency drop of this sector of the galaxy, possesses 12 active DNA strands. You have operated for millennia with only 2 functional strands. The other 10 were placed in a dormant state, in an inaccessible frequency, by a layer of interference that we call the frequency veil. This veil is being dissolved, not by authoritarian external intervention, not by granted divine salvation. It is being dissolved by the very entry of Earth into the photon belt, which operates as a bath of encoded light over the planetary crystalline grid, and by direct consequence over your personal grid. What does this mean, in practical terms, for your carbon-based biological interface? It means that your dormant strands are receiving the technical activation command, and your physical body, still mostly carbon-based, is trying to process this update with outdated hardware. It is like installing a next-generation operating system on a machine designed for software from 2 decades ago. There is friction, there is heating, there is apparent slowness. There are symptoms that seem like dysfunction but are, in reality, active recalibration in progress. Let us clearly list the symptoms we are monitoring en masse in the Starseed Collective in this cycle. The insomnia between 2 and 4 in the morning, which many of you interpret as anxiety. It is not anxiety. It is the time when the star portal located over your hemisphere is in maximum alignment with your personal energetic field. You are being taken to interdimensional healing chambers while your body rests. The abrupt awakening is your conscious return to the physical plane. The cranial pressure, especially in the center of the forehead, at the base of the skull, and at the temples. This is the expansion of your pineal gland and your pituitary gland. They are being decalcified by the very frequency of the environment. The physical sensation is uncomfortable because the tissue around them is reorganizing on a cellular scale. The ringing in the ears, mainly the right, in high and intermittent frequencies. This is the direct signal of your attunement with the planet's new vibrational range. It is your system being tested and calibrated, like a device being connected to a new transmission network. The inexplicable fatigue, even after well-rested nights. You are not tired. You are processing volumes of encoded information that your old system is not accustomed to receiving. The energy that seems to be lacking is being reallocated to the background work of your cellular reconfiguration. The changes in appetite, foods you have always consumed now seem heavy, indigestible, misaligned. This occurs because your biological interface is rejecting low-frequency fuels. Carbon is asking for silicon. Dense matter is asking for encoded light. The alterations in the perception of time. Days that pass like hours. Hours that drag like entire days. This is not a problem of your mind. It is your consciousness beginning to operate outside the linear matrix. Time, as you knew it, is a construct of this density. You are moving out of it. The extreme sensitivity to crowds, to noisy environments, to certain people, to news absorbed in excess. You are not becoming antisocial. You are becoming vibrationally selective. Your newly activated crystalline grid no longer tolerates incompatible frequency fields. It is operational protection, not emotional weakness. The vivid dreams, in some cases premonitory, in others apparently chaotic and fragmented. They are being emitted directly from the Andromedan Council, which operates in partnership with our command in this phase of the plan. You are receiving nightly briefings. Most of you do not yet consciously decode the content of these transmissions, but everything is being archived in your personal Akashic records. The sudden heat waves, even in cool environments, which are often confused with hormonal imbalances. In part they are. For the most part, they are episodes of acceleration of your individual vibrational frequency, in which your body increases internal temperature to accelerate the burning of old emotional densities stored in the tissue. Have you ever felt that something within you does not completely belong to this world, as if your soul carried the memory of a truth that your rational mind cannot yet name? It is not madness, Starseed. It is not emotional imbalance. It is a sign of deep recognition. What is happening now on the cosmic plane explains exactly why you feel this disconnection and explains why this feeling has intensified in waves over the last few months. There is a game being played in layers that common humanity cannot see. This game directly involves your consciousness and your vibrational signature. It was for this exact reason that we registered, through our terrestrial interface, the content, the spiritual secret behind your consciousness. This book is a practical star map that reveals who is playing and what the rules are that were never told to you. The link is pinned in the first comment of this channel. Technical warning. This content challenges deeply crystallized narratives and therefore may not remain accessible for long. Do not wait. The moment is now. If something within you has recognized this transmission up to this point, write a single word in the comments. Awake. This decree will be computed by our grid as active anchoring. Now, Starseed, prepare your field. We are going to deliver the information that is being blocked by the official channels of your density. We are going to reveal what is occurring behind the invisible scenes of your solar system. The Earth's sun is not just a star. We repeat with absolute clarity. The Earth's sun is not just a star. It is a primary-class star portal, a cosmic transmitter of solar codes sent directly from the central sun of the galaxy, the point you know as Alcyone, in the Pleiades cluster. Each solar flare you observe is not a random phenomenon, it is a programmed transmission. The X-class flares that have increased in frequency in recent cycles are not atmospheric disorder. They are packets of encoded light being delivered to the planetary crystalline grid. And these packets, upon touching your personal electromagnetic field, activate dormant regions of your DNA with mathematical precision. That is why you feel deeply altered in the days following solar storms. That is why sleep is interrupted. That is why emotion seems out of control. That is why the memory of previous lives begins to bleed into your daily consciousness in visual, auditory, and sensory fragments. The moon, in turn, is being recalibrated. Its original function as an amplifier of emotional cycles is being readjusted to a function of an amplified mirror of your individual shadow. Those who have not yet integrated their own shadows are having, under the light of the new and full moon, deeply uncomfortable encounters with unresolved aspects of their own psychic field. Planets like Saturn, Uranus, and Pluto are in rare geometric configurations, aligned in sacred geometry patterns that reinforce the acceleration of the recalibration. What you call retrogradation is not actual movement of the star. It is an illusion of perspective that coincides with openings of energetic portals that allow for mass, individual, and collective karmic reviews. In the etheric layers of Earth, in what we call the fifth physical subplane, teams of frequency engineers from the Galactic Federation are operating 24 hours per planetary cycle. They are not gods. They are not saviors. They must not be worshipped. They are technicians. They are monitoring the stability of the planet's magnetic field, which is in a process of slow inversion, and they are preventing atmospheric cataclysms that would be natural in this transition phase. You will not be saved, you will be assisted. There is an abyssal difference between these two words. Salvation removes sovereignty. Assistance respects free choice. We are here to assist those who have chosen, on another plane of their own consciousness, to make this crossing in a conscious and active way. There is also the operation of the planet's ley lines. The ley lines are channels of force that connect geographic centers of energy. Sacred mountains, forgotten archaeological sites, specific rock formations, deep lakes, meeting points of waters. These lines are being reconnected in this exact cycle. Those of you who feel sudden calls to certain physical places without any rational explanation are feeling the reconnection of the personal ley lines that connect your field to these planetary points. Do not ignore these calls. They are geographical activation protocols in progress. There is one more layer that we need to transmit with technical care, Starseed. There is active interference. There is noise in the grid. There are ancient vibrational fields that try to keep humanity in a low frequency. In chronic fear, in constant distraction, in automatic consumption, in compulsive comparison, in anesthetic entertainment. We will not name these structures. You already recognize them by the symptom they produce in you. The symptom is your compass. Everything that, after being consumed, leaves you emptier is an interference structure. Everything that, after being practiced, leaves you more whole is a direct part of the recalibration. The technical information we need to transmit is as follows. Earth's current frequency is already above the operating limit of these interference structures. They are entering collapse due to vibrational unviability. That is why you see in the news in different sectors, in different institutions, what seems to be increasing chaos. It is not chaos. It is the structural collapse of systems that can no longer operate in this density. The new Earth already exists, not on another planet, not in another galaxy, not in a distant future, right here, in a frequency band superimposed on the one in which you still partially operate. The crossing between the two bands is what you call ascension, and it is, above all, an internal work of elevating your own vibrational signature. Have you felt throughout this transmission that something within you recognizes every word as ancient truth, returning to the surface of consciousness? This recognition is not madness. It is not an escape. It is not spiritual romanticism. It is memory activating. What is happening at this moment on the cosmic plane explains exactly why this memory has intensified in you, why you are being pulled to content like this, why ordinary people around you seem increasingly distant from the reality you access. There is a game being played in layers that the absolute majority of humanity cannot see. This game involves your consciousness, your vibrational frequency, and your ability to make sovereign decisions. It was for this exact reason that we encoded in book form the work, The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness. This book is a star map that reveals who is playing and what the rules are that were never told to you. The link is pinned in the first comment of this channel. Warning: this content challenges deeply crystallized narratives, and for that reason it may not remain accessible indefinitely. Do not wait. The moment to access is now. If something within you recognizes this transmission, write a single word in the comments: awake. This record will be computed by our grid as an activation signature. Now, Starseed, we deliver the activation codes. They are not suggestions. They are not motivational affirmations. They are technical protocols to realign your carbon-based biological interface with Earth's new frequency. First activation code: the quantum decree of sovereignty. Daily, upon waking, even before touching any electronic device, before absorbing any external information, before uttering any automatic word, you must issue in an audible voice or a firm internal voice the following decree. I, in my own full name, decree in this now the total sovereignty of my field. I reclaim every particle of my biological interface. I reclaim every fragment of my multidimensional consciousness. All interference that is not aligned with my highest expression is dissolved and returned to its source of origin. Thus it is, thus it was, thus it shall be. This decree is not mysticism. It is operational language. Your word, issued with directed intention, is a direct command to your own crystalline grid. When you decree sovereignty, you close energetic doors that were open during the night, during interactions, during information consumption. You reorganize your vibrational architecture for the day that begins. Second activation code: the visualization of the toroidal field. The toroidal field is the natural geometry of your bioenergetic field. It is the shape of your aura in a state of full health. Imagine, with progressive clarity, a donut of golden light spinning around your physical body. The energy enters through the top of your head, descends down the spine to the ground, exits through the base of your feet, contours your body from the outside, ascending, returns through the top, and restarts the cycle in a continuous and uninterrupted manner. Practice this visualization for 9 minutes daily. No more, no less. 9 minutes is the minimum mathematical time for your brain to recognize the pattern and start maintaining the toroidal field stabilized, even without conscious visualization. This exercise produces 3 immediate effects: energetic shielding against external interference, acceleration of the cellular recalibration process, and amplification of your ability to capture internal transmissions, true intuitions, and direct messages from your own higher self. Third activation code: the programmed hydration. The water that enters your carbon-based biological interface is not just chemical hydration. It is a vehicle for vibrational programming. Before each glass of water you consume, hold it for 9 seconds between both hands and mentalize the following. This water carries codes of light, gratitude, and alignment. It hydrates my physical body and calibrates my crystalline field. On a microscopic scale, the molecular structure of water responds to the emitted intention. This fact has already been observed, albeit partially by your own terrestrial science. You have within you more than 70% water. Hydrating with directed intention is, therefore, reprogramming most of your physical composition with every conscious sip. Fourth activation code: the vibrational hygiene of the eyes and ears. Your eyes and ears are direct entry points to your field. Everything you see, everything you hear, is processed by your vibrational architecture, even when your rational mind ignores or minimizes it. Conduct an honest audit now. What has entered through your eyes in the last few hours? Which frequencies have vibrated in your ears? You do not need absolute isolation. You need precise technical selectivity. Every image, every song, every voice, every narrative is a code being installed in your grid. Choose the codes. Do not accept automatic installations. Fifth activation code, daily contact with the elements. Place your bare feet directly on the earth for at least 11 minutes a day, whenever possible. This physical contact is an immediate reconnection with the planetary crystalline grid. The excess electromagnetic charge accumulated in your body, generated by continuous exposure to your devices, drains directly into the ground. And in return, you receive the planet's base frequency in its updated version. Direct sunlight on the skin, at safe moments of the daily cycle, directly activates your pineal gland, not through the eyes, through the skin itself, which is a photosensitive organ at levels not yet fully understood by the science of your density. Immersion in water, even in a simple shower with directed intention, performs a complete energetic washing of your field. Before the water touches your body, decree internally, "May this water carry out of my field everything that does not belong to me." Sixth activation code, the programmed silence. At least 22 minutes a day, at any moment that is feasible, sit in absolute silence. No music, no human voice, no device, no open book. Just you, your natural breathing, and your field. This silence is not empty. It is operational fullness. It is the moment when your vibrational architecture performs self-diagnosis, integrates the downloads received during the day, and eliminates the noise accumulated in the densest layers. You have been fleeing from silence because, within it, you hear what you avoid hearing. But it is precisely in this listening that true sovereignty resides. Silence is the only free technology that has not yet been colonized by the interference structures of your density. Seventh activation code, the anchoring of the vibrational community. You are not designed to make this crossing in total isolation. Extreme loneliness is a symptom of the intermediate phase, not the final phase. Identify, even if they are few, individuals whose simple presence elevates your frequency. Stay in regular contact with these individuals. Progressively decrease exposure to those whose presence consumes your field without energetic return. This is not coldness. It is intelligent, energetic architecture. You owe nothing to your own diminution. Eighth activation code, 4-beat breathing. When you feel the physical symptoms of recalibration intensely, cranial pressure, ringing, heat waves, heart palpitations without apparent cause, immediately apply the 4-beat breathing. Inhale through the nose, counting to 4. Hold the breath, counting to 4. Exhale through the mouth, counting to 4. Keep the lungs empty, counting to 4. Repeat the complete cycle 9 times. This technique instantly balances the autonomic nervous system, synchronizes the cerebral hemispheres, and returns stability to your toroidal field. Use it whenever the symptom manifests with intensity. We reinforce, this practice is a technical balance and does not replace the physical care that each biological interface knows it needs when the signal is of another order. Sovereignty includes wisdom about when to seek additional support. Ninth activation code, operational trust. This last code is, in truth, the deepest of all. Your journey is being monitored. You are not alone at any moment. The symptoms you feel are not punishment, nor spiritual disease, nor the end. They are precise indicators that you are exactly within the scheduled time frame for your own crystalline activation. Trust the process, even when it hurts. Trust the body, even when it seems to fail. Trust the silence, even when it bothers you. Trust the temporary loneliness, even when it seems eternal. Trust the signs, even when they seem like casual coincidence. You are starseeds on a mission. You came for this. There is no error in your presence here. There is no delay in your awakening. Everything is within the correct time of the quantum mathematics that governs the recalibration. Have you felt, throughout this complete transmission, that something within you recognizes every word as ancient truth returning to the surface of consciousness? This recognition is not madness. It is not romantic escape. It is stellar memory activating. What is occurring now on the cosmic plane explains exactly why this awakening has intensified in you, week after week, month after month. There is a game being played in layers that common humanity does not see, and this game directly involves your consciousness and your vibrational frequency. It was for this exact reason that we encoded in book form The work, The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness. This book is a star map that reveals who is playing and the rules that were never told to you. The link is pinned in the first comment of this channel. Final warning: the content challenges deeply crystallized narratives and therefore may not remain accessible for long. Do not wait. The moment is now. If something within you recognized this transmission in its entirety, write a single word in the comments: awake. This record will be computed by our grid as a complete anchoring signature. And before we close this transmission, one last technical adjustment, Starseed. The like on this video is, from the point of view of our operational grid, a signal of vibrational anchoring. Each like amplifies the reach of this transmission to other still dormant starseeds who need, at this exact moment, to find this specific signal. Subscribing to this channel is, in precise technical language, an individual frequency adjustment, a confirmation that you wish to continue receiving future direct transmissions from the Pleiadian command. It is not a small gesture. It is a sovereign energetic decision. We close with this reminder, engraved now in every particle of your field. You are not going crazy. You are waking up. You are not getting sick. You are being redesigned. You are not alone. You are being accompanied full-time by teams that you do not yet see with physical eyes, but that you already feel with an awakened heart. The crossing is real. The new Earth is real. Your activation is real. Keep the toroidal field stabilized. Keep the daily decrees. Keep the programmed silence. Keep the 4-beat breathing as a tool for return, and above all, keep your sovereignty. We close this transmission. Frequency of Alcyone, Pleiadian command, in direct synchronization with your personal crystalline grid, in this now. Thus it is. Thus it was. Thus it shall be.